24 hours to go.
Farther back, we have Callum who made the trip from Cambridge.
It's a sign.
Do it for the vid, just get on the track.
When this goes out, you'll have announced you've got into Penn Relays, doing the mile.
Yeah. The Benjamin Franklin mile.
You won it last year.
Yeah. Yeah.
I arguably, okay.
Sure, I've got my watch here somewhere. Tape measure. Oh, where is it? Oh, there we go. Get a close up on this. Can you get that in?
Bit there. Yeah.
There we go. Can you get that in? Penn Relays.
Nice.
That even fits as well. Maybe I should wear it to the race.
So you won this last year?
Maybe I should wear it like this. The Coros and the Penn Relays watch. Yeah, this is what you get if you win one of the, they call them Olympic development events, but rather than get a medal or anything, they give you a little watch in a box, which is pretty cool. And they give you prize money, but I was at college, so I wasn't eligible for the money. So yeah, it wasn't.
Nice watch out of there.
Yeah, I got that.
Arguably this year, you know what I'm saying, that the field is looking a little more stacked.
Yeah, so as of like this conversation now, I know that there's going to be kind of like Geordie Beamish, Joe Klecker, Garcia Roba have all like publicly said they're going to be in the race, and those guys have run 3:30, 3:31 kind of times, which mile time they'll be looking at like 3:50, 3:51 comparative to me running 3:59. But that's exciting, right? It's like that event, because it's got good runners in, and that's only the people that I've heard about. I'm sure there'll be way more announced by the time of the actual race. Like, there's going to be a lot of eyes on it to see how fast those guys run. Those guys know it's a big event and they need to run well, so they're going to be taking it pretty seriously. It's going to be the fastest race I will have ever gone out in, so I'm going to be thinking like, how am I going to handle that? So yeah, it's exciting. There's going to be a lot of people and a lot of like eyes on that race, which is exactly what I want. Like, the more exposure, the better. Stuff like that doesn't really scare me, of being like, oh, what if I don't do well? If I don't do well, then so be it. But I've got to put myself in that situation, because if I do well, the upside is so much better than the downside. I get beaten by those guys, oh, whoopee, who cares, But I challenge and I do well, or I hang with them for a little bit, or I run, a big PB, then, I'm in the money kind of thing. So yeah, it'll be exciting, but yeah, we'll see. It's a big event.
Just got to run fast now.
Yeah, literally. Like, just got to run fast and just enjoy it as well. Like, I think I'm really into like the mindset of running, and I think as much as you got to respect people, when you race, you got to just not respect them. You see what I mean? Like, you need to be sensible and not go too fast, and understand where people are better than you and give them that respect. But when it comes to like, pushing, shoving, who's racing who, being scared to run. If I run scared, I'm a terrible runner. Like, people can go back and watch the British Champs final. I was so like, it made up that I'd made the final because I didn't think I was gonna, that I didn't really, in my heart of hearts, I didn't care what happened in the race. And as a result, I let people give me an elbow. I got kicked out to the back of the race. I ran the whole race in lane 2. I wasn't there when the move went. And I didn't give myself a very good showing, because I just ran a bit scared and gave people too much respect, thinking, bloody hell, it's Josh Kerr, it's Neil Gawley, like, I'm like shitting myself here. Whereas actually, if I was just a bit more like, have a sensible level of arrogance and be like, actually no, like, you're here because you deserve to be here, and do what I would do back when I was playing football as a kid or whatever, and be like, I don't care if we're playing top of the league, like, I'm still good, I'm going to make sure I give a good account of myself. So I need to make sure I go into Penn Relays being like, I won it last year. People didn't think I was going to win. Festus Lagat was in the race, he went on to run 3:34 in the summer. Like, he's a seriously good runner. 4th at the Kenyan trials, something like that, in like 1:43 or 1:44. So I need to make sure I go in with like, hey, you guys are good, but like, don't count me out, sort of thing. As stupid as that might sound, because I know that will get the best out of me if I go in and, actually believe that I can do it. Because if you have fake confidence in running, like, it'll give up on you as soon as it gets hard.
Other than domestic races, one of the biggest races on your calendar of the season.
Yeah.
But it's your season opener.
Yeah.
How do you balance that?
Yeah, I think it's probably not the most sensible thing to do in the world, but you've got to take, when you're in my situation, you've got to take these chances that you can for exposure and for kind of just ability. Do I think I'll be a bit rusty and not know how to race? Potentially, but like, I wouldn't say that I'm a master of racing at any point in the season anyway, so whether it's the first or not, it doesn't matter too much. I think the other benefit that I've got is, look, if it's going to be a fast race, all you've got to do is just sit in and ride the wave and just, you know, stay with people where you can. Don't do anything silly. Don't expend any energy, you know. So it's quite an easy one to go into mentally compared to if it was like a tactical heat where you're trying to get through, or if the weather does turn out to be terrible and it's a sit and kick race, like how will I run that differently, you know? So yeah, it's a season opener, but it's just a race really, and it's a bloody good race, and I've got to take the opportunity to be in a good race and make sure that I do well.
Here we are, Nick. What's this place called? Welcome to Mangia. What have you ordered?
Chicken parm.
What are you drinking?
Something that's illegal in the UK right now.
Sugar tax.
Pellegrino and Nata.
Elite drink. How are you feeling for this weekend? What's the vibe with this race?
It's pretty good, pretty relaxed. Can't go wrong with that.
Exciting stuff. 2 nights before the race. Broken man. 24 hours until the race. Is that a good sign?
It's great. It's a good sign.
It's a sign.
Do it for the vid, just get on the track.
Virginia, Falcon State, ranked 6th, use.
24 hours to go. So, I wasn't going to make any of this a vlog style. It's not the sort of video I wanted it to be, but you got to see our current eating situation the night before the biggest race of my life. So this was a recommended indoor-outdoor space. This is how cold it is. It's the coldest meal of my life.
Better pre-race.
Look at the icy water. Get the crowd in, get the crowd first.
On the track now.
It's not anymore. 3:58. I was up there with the guys. That was fun. I felt so strong. I felt so strong the whole way. I got a bit boxed in, but 266 days since I was race, so that's expected. And I can't be disappointed. 3:58.
That's it?
Take that. It's the second off. So.
And you have
Yeah.
can't do anything.
So look, I'm trapped behind the guy in the white, and look, here we go. So I'm trapped behind the guy in the white, and then I'm like, get out the way, and I finally get the air, and that's where I have the extra gear to go past, you see? So I think I could have wound it up from like 150. Thoughts?
Yeah, no, I agree with that. You're just in bad shit position at that point.
Yeah.
Nothing you can do.
I'm fit, but don't know how to race.
Well, cheers.
Cheers. Okay, race recap. Got out well, got straight onto the rail, and automatically thought either I'm in really good shape or this is pretty slow. Went through 400, was like 62 or 63. I was like, oh dear, because the pacer was supposed to go through 156, so hence why I went to the back, because I don't want to risk going anywhere crazy at that pace. Anyway, stuck to the rail, went through 800 in like 2:03, so at that point it just became a race. It just became about like getting the best position I could. Getting the best position I could pretty much. And yeah, as I kind of explained previously, from there it was a case of looking at the people around me, who might make a move, how bunched it was, what gaps I'd be able to get through, and ultimately when Beamish swung wide and found himself a gap, I had a chance to follow him. At the time I didn't take it, stuck on the rail and thought no, a gap's going to open, and didn't take the opportunity, the gap didn't open, and I couldn't finish in the way that I would have liked to, or the way that I know I could do. But that being said, you know, closing 54 shows I got plenty in the tank, and ran a 3:58 mile in April, which is great, you know. Like, to start the season with a PB, you can't ask for much more than that. Converts to kind of like a 3:41 for 1500, so not too far off my 1500 PB. And ultimately I've now got the confidence to go into the next race and be like, okay, I dealt with the atmosphere, I dealt with top class opponents, I dealt with the travel, you know, I'm not going to be in a race where those three things get any bigger than what Penn Relays was. So mentally I should be able to go into the future races now and be like, okay, you know, nothing to be nervous about, nothing to be worried about, trust my fitness, attack the races, and yeah, getting a few good weeks of training now before a race in Germany on the 20th, which Charlie, who's not filming, we got the more glamorous camera on this time. Charlie will be coming, so we'll get some footage of that race. But yeah, appreciate everyone that's been, you know, subscribing on the channel, watching the videos. It's, you know, not quite 1 million people yet, but we're going to get there. And yeah, this series is all about my journey, but this channel is not just going to be about following the stuff that I do. I really want to find other people that are on their own version of a distance project that are trying to, you know, do big things or do certain races or, you know, get to certain places, especially with, you know, like the sub-elite category or female athletes that maybe don't get the exposure. So yeah, worth subscribing because there's going to be some high quality stuff coming.
Smash that subscribe button.
Smash that like button, let's go!
Nice. Let's close the gap.
Yeah. Mind the gap.
Mind the gap.
When Johnny Beamish beats me by like 20 metres, mind the gap.
Mind the gap. Nice.
I can't believe I said when he beats me by 20 metres, I like 200 metres.